Hello, I'm Tom Junk. I'm a lay member from First Church Tulsa. And I'm joined by Joe Harris, and we are the chair and vice chair of your delegation to the 2020 General and Jurisdictional Conferences. We, along with the other 32 members of the delegation, were elected during the annual conference session in 2019, and we began our work organizing, having delegation meetings, studying legislation, and interviewing bishop candidates. Then came the COVID-19 pandemic, and everything came to a halt. As you did in your churches, our 32-member delegation pivoted and became Zoom proficient as we continued our work. We've stayed informed as general conference and jurisdictional conferences have been postponed, rescheduled, and postponed again. Just in the past few weeks, our own jurisdictional conference, which was scheduled for November of this year, has been postponed again. As it stands now, General Conference is scheduled for August 29th through September 6th, 2022 in Minneapolis. And that is, of course, contingent upon the status of the pandemic and the ability of our delegates around the world to safely travel and return home. We want to commend the members of our delegation who have really hung in there for this extended term. We've only lost a couple of members over these 2 years, and one was due to a lay member who became clergy. These are very committed lay and clergy members who give of their time and their resources to serve the church. There are the usual matters before this general conference, like budgets and pensions and administrative changes to the Book of Discipline, but none more impactful than the legislation implementing the protocol for reconciliation and grace through separation. If it is adopted, it will provide for restructuring of the denomination into 2 or possibly 3 churches.
Those of you that follow general conferences through the years know that we've been deeply divided over civil issues. There are several pieces of legislation being presented to the general conference once it is held. The protocol is one such piece of legislation that some believe could be a way forward without splitting the church through litigation. All pieces of legislation we deal with, like the protocol, will be determined by the General Conference when it meets. On the jurisdictional level, all jurisdictions have reduced the number of bishops. As you have already heard, that has directly impacted us, as Bishop Nunn has now assumed episcopal oversight for the Northwest Texas Annual Conference, in addition to the OIMC and the Oklahoma Conference. These consolidations were done to reflect the present membership, retiring bishops, and financial realities of the church. There is currently no plans for these conferences to merge. Your delegation has been meeting periodically to receive any updates, worship and pray together, and discuss the episcopal candidates, as well as review possible legislation we will have to deal with when the General Conference occurs. We continue to express our appreciation to all who keep us in their prayers and send us words of encouragement. We will keep you informed of any new developments as they occur.